What's up, guys? This is the intro to the stewardship of music. I'm so excited to dive in and share this whole topic with you. It's one of the most meaningful and valuable subjects in music, in my opinion. So in this, I'm going to talk about everything from what stewardship means to how stewardship applies to you as a person, as well as a creative, and then as well as someone who is a songwriter and an artist. That's why it's called the stewardship of music. And I want to quickly outline a little bit of what we're going to cover in the stewardship of music as well. That's for stewardship of music. And there's three main points that we're going to cover. First I want to say this. Your music is the external expression of your internal reality. Whatever that internal reality is that you need to express in your life, it's on your life to express. The truth is, it's the external expression of what's inside of you. So therefore, it is my belief and my conviction that as a creative person, let alone with the incredibly powerful medium of music and words and melody, I believe it's important that you first become the person that you need to be in order to fulfill your vision. You need to become the person that you need to be to relay the message that is inside of you, to relay and share the stories that are meaningful to life and meaningful to you. And so therefore, it all starts with the concept of stewardship. And so let's, the first point here is the stewardship of your inner world. Inner world. What do I mean by this? Everything creative begins in the imagination, right? And so, that can mean in the place of prayer, just in your heart, in your mind, just your inner world. I believe it is incredibly powerful and important that we start right out of the gate with the concept of being a steward over your inner world. Before I go further in this, let's actually define what steward and stewardship means. A steward is an old English term for someone who is responsible to tend to something and responsible to manage something, and oftentimes to manage and tend to something that you don't even own. It's not even yours in the first place. And I believe that everything that we have in life, every good thing, our families, our musical gifting, everything you can think of is it's something that's not just for you alone, but it belongs to the Lord, and it's for the benefit and the sake of your family and your loved ones and others and the world around you. And by stewarding your inner world, this is basically you're first able to become the person that you need to be able to have the mental clarity to create, to think through things, to absorb the reality of life, and then put that in the form of lyric and melody and so forth. And so the stewardship of the inner world is kind of the first point here. The second point is your craft. As a musical creative, you have this internal life, of your own. And how do you take an idea to a reality that other people can listen to and grab a hold of and enjoy and be impacted by? Well, that comes from the invisible place, and it's released through you in the form of musicianship and crafting lyric and melody and so forth. And the truth is, you can write a million songs. You can write a very steep catalog of songs. But if your lyrics don't make sense, or if it's so overly cliche that everyone's already tired of it before they even heard it, then the truth, or if your musicianship is not very good, if your sound, like the sound quality, the engineering skills are not, pleasant to the ear, then most people are not going to listen to your songs more than once. I believe that's just the hard reality. That's the truth. And so I believe it is important that we steward our craft so that we can be the best lyricists, musicians, singers, and so forth possible, the best recording engineering. Now, here's the cool thing. You don't have to know how to do it all. You can partner with people. But the point is, by stewarding our craft, we're able to take what exists inside of our mental inner world and be able to deliver that into an external reality in a way that people will want to listen to and grab a hold of. Lastly, the stewardship of music is related to your intellectual property. which are your copyrights. We will dive much further into this, but for the moment, I'll just say this. Stewarding your intellectual property, what does that mean? What that means is, again, what I said at the beginning, is your music, your songs are the external expression of your internal reality. So therefore, whenever, you've had this imagination going, and then you've taken time to write your songs and get them recorded, you have these things that are now called copyrights. So you have songs, you decide, I'm going to release it out into the world. I'm going to perform my songs live, and maybe others will grab a hold of them. Those songs are your pieces of property. You own them, just like a house is real property that you own. If it's a rental, in the case of rentals, you can derive income off of the use of your property. The same is true with your songwriting, and it's your intellectual property, which is simply the result of your creativity. And so with every song that you fixate and you deliver to the world, every individual song is a unique asset that you own or co-own with someone else. It can derive income based upon its use. And the best way, or there are many ways to be a steward of your copyrights, but the truth is it's a matter of some very basic foundational knowledge and practice of the business of music. A lot of people manage their copyrights on their own. A lot of people partner with people who that is their zone of genius and that's their focus area. So this basically sums up the intro to the stewardship of music. Again, stewarding our inner world, stewarding our craft, and stewarding our intellectual property so that we can become the person who actually has skill, and then we can manage our assets out in the world and be the best at what we do and be all that God has made us to be. So that wraps up the intro to the stewardship of music. So let's dive into the next. If this video on the music business catches your interest, be sure to like, share, and then subscribe to this channel for more.